Happy Monday. Welcome into the show. This is Golden State Warriors today, and this is what's coming up on the docket. The Dubs adding another veteran to work out to try to make this basketball team. Golden State did sign a big. Jonathan Kuminga went off, and I mean went off in a Pro-Am. We're talking 60 points. Bob Myers made a decision as to what he's going to do this upcoming season. Is it with another team across the NBA? Stay tuned to find out. Most importantly, make sure you subscribe to the show. We're approaching a pretty special milestone here on the channel of 60,000 subscribers. We're 463 people away. Now, the news cycle for the NBA, outside of James Harden's drama with Philadelphia, it's died down a little bit. Our coverage doesn't stop, so make sure you lock us in and hit that subscribe button. That other veteran being added to the list of Warriors workouts. We're going to talk about that here on the show because we did relay the fact that Golden State was going to work out Dion Waiters, Tony Snell, Kent Bazemore, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Harry Giles III, and Trey Burke. These workouts, as of last week, were going to take place over the next 2 weeks. Glenn Robinson III is actually going to be one of those other veterans who's going to work out for Golden State, and a lot of people are familiar with the name, just like Juan Toscano-Anderson. Glenn Robinson III also previously played with Golden State. We've talked about him a little bit on the show. Hasn't played in an NBA game in a little while, but his stats with the Warriors in 48 games played total, this was when Golden State was really struggling. Almost 13 points per game, less than 5 rebounds, 48% from the floor, and 40% from three. I think there's obviously a reason why he hasn't played in a little while, why he isn't signed with the team. I think Golden State is kind of doing him a favor here just to give him an opportunity to maybe be a part of the training camp and preseason roster for Golden State. It's always good to maybe add another veteran body because in those practice and scrimmage sessions, sometimes those veterans can be very valuable. So let's just tee up this question here for the audience. Do you think the Warriors should sign Glenn Robinson III? Give me an S for sign or an P for pass down below in that comment section. As always, we want to hear from you. As for the big that the Golden State Warriors are signing, yes, another big on this roster. I'm kind of kidding, but not really, but kind of. The Golden State Warriors, according to Shams, producer Jack did a short on this the other day, signing G League's top rebounder, Jayce Johnson, on a training camp Exhibit 10 deal. The 7-foot center averaged nearly 6 points per game and 7 rebounds in July Summer League. He will compete for a two-way slot in camp. He's tall, and he's a pretty good rebounder, as we said, and a guy who can maybe protect the rim a little bit, did a little bit of that throughout the NBA Summer League. He's 7 feet tall. As for what he did at the G League level, 9 points per game, 13.5 rebounds, more than a block, 57.8% from the floor. That's at the G League level, okay? And then in the Summer League, here are his numbers. Lower level of competition probably as compared to the G League because a lot of the Summer League guys aren't even going to be on G League rosters. Those numbers that we just passed along, half block per night, but he could get a little bit better there. Do worry a little bit about that lack of field goal percentage. And of course, anytime the Golden State Warriors do make a signing, we're going to keep you in the know here, right here on Golden State Warriors Today, youtube.com/WarriorsTV. Another reminder to subscribe. And grade the signing of Jayce Johnson as well, A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to venture down into the comment section and probably go D or F here just because I don't think he's going to make this team. And Golden State still, in my opinion, does need a big. How about Jonathan Kuminga? This was one of the popular internet storylines going over on NBA Twitter. The fact that Jonathan Kuminga dropped 60 points in a Pro-Am, and yes, it is a Pro-Am, meaning professional players play, amateur players play. It's nowhere near the level of competition at the NBA level. But we've seen the videos, at least many of us have seen the videos of Jonathan Kuminga getting in the lab, working on his game this summer, making some of the necessary improvements. I've talked about why he can break out. Another year in the league, maturing a little bit, more playing time, playing alongside Chris Paul. The potential has always been there to be a two-way high-level player. We saw at the Crawsover Pro-Am over the weekend, Kuminga going in, a 60-burger with 6 rebounds, or 5 rebounds, 6 assists, but really you want to look at the 60 points because he was scoring from everywhere. And the hype meter, of course, at 1,000. Not even a buck at 1,000. And can this be something that gives Jonathan Kuminga a little bit of confidence? Can this be something to get people excited about Kuminga? I'm excited about the player already, even before that Pro-Am. And then after it, I'm just seeing the video of what he's adding to his bag. And if he has the confidence to attempt some of the plays and some of the shots that he attempted during that Pro-Am, can that translate to the NBA level with more playing time, with more experience, with more confidence? Because, again, everybody wants to rip Kuminga for what he did last year. Given the limited time that he saw on the floor, he wasn't that bad. Like, he was a pretty solid player. You'll take this from a second-year player on a veteran-laden team. Has his development been as quick as what people maybe thought and hoped for? Maybe not, but again, when veterans are in front of you, it's hard. Almost 10 points per game, 52.5% from the floor, 37% from 3. Do I like how he pouted? No, that was immature in the playoffs when he wanted more time and pouted because he wasn't getting that run. Should he have partially demanded a trade after the year and said, I want to be somewhere else if I don't play more? That's a little bit immature. Yes, you can be a little bit more consistent. Yes, you can go about your work in a more veteran type of fashion. But I'm excited about the player because I do believe that he does have a lot of potential in this league. So if you want to show him some love, then give us a 0 down below in the comment section. I've said it a couple of times. I think Kuminga could be in for a breakout season in 2023-2024. If you want to look fresh, Kuminga was looking fresh over the weekend, dropping 60. If you want to look fresh, rocking this Warriors polo, you can get it right now. chatsports.com/Warriors polo. We're going to put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. As for Bob Myers, you're going to see a lot of him. Not with a different NBA team, not with a different NBA rival, but instead on ESPN. He has signed a deal to join ESPN as an analyst, and I'm not going to lie, when there were rumblings about Bob Myers leaving, and then when he did, we did talk about broadcasting being a possibility because he's entered the podcast landscape, at least did. Now, he's going to be on air. The Athletic with this, as a former NBA agent who also spent more than a decade as an NBA general manager, the potential for Myers to be a value add is there. A well-known negotiator who has relationships with some of the biggest names in the game. Myers, especially, so soon removed from his post, could offer some current insights and analysis. He's a basketball junkie who constructed teams that changed how basketball is played. Any of the behind-the-scenes modern basketball thought stuff would be a big addition to the show. This is going to be on NBA Countdown, by the way. So he's going to be a member of NBA Countdown. And he was always pretty well-spoken with the media there in San Francisco. And he is a basketball junkie. I mean, he played in college and then obviously started off as an agent, became a basketball executive. He's had to scout the game a lot. And because he was just the general manager, he has a great grasp of the current landscape of the NBA and the players currently in it. His resume, of course, very impressive. 4-time NBA champ, 2-time NBA Executive of the Year, hired Steve Kerr, signed Kevin Durant, made the move for Andre Iguodala. All of those moves, obviously, very, very good ones. Another reminder, subscribe to the show. We are closing in on 60,000 subscribers. We're the Warriors Empire here. We're not just Dub Nation. We're an empire worldwide. Join in the movement right now.